let's get this going. Grab another box of cigarettes there. What's going on, guys? It is fucking Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to episode 78. It has been quite an interesting move on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Dollar index has been very interesting. I've been calling the top on 113.55. I've been saying that over and over again. And the good thing is, dollar index is at 111. So that's all good. How far can it go down? We'll have a look at it. So we've got a lot of things going on in crypto. I mean, XRP is pumped up as well. We've got freaking, Ethereum and Bitcoin. What the fuck's going on? Are we going to go higher? We'll figure it out. We'll talk about this. It is a monthly close. It is a quarterly close as well. So it's going to be really, really important. What does that mean? Well, it will give us an idea that are we still bullish or bearish, right? So we're going to do like a bit of a high time frame review in terms of what the price of dollar of Ethereum, Bitcoin is, and what that what could happen in the next couple of months, well, next couple of weeks or so, couple of days. So big moves are coming as well. But did you guys see what's going on with XRP? XRP pumps super hard. The lawsuit is not completed though. Don't get that twisted. But what I'm thinking of doing is doing like a little video just to focus on XRP, just to talk about the lawsuit very briefly, just on touch base of what's happened at the moment, and probably do a little bit of a price action on XRP. But that will be on a separate video, which I'll do today, straight after this stream kind of thing. Would you pick an alt? Would you pick up an alt for me? What alt do you want me to pick up? So who do we have here? We got Daink Country Club. Morning to you, my bro. We got Khalil here. Sebastian. We got Marta. Morning to see you again. It's beautiful to see you all here. Chelsea is here again as well. We got Cruz in the house. Morning Star. We got Kurisu. Kurisu. Is that Japanese? Is it? Kurisu. And then we got Pirate in the house. Joel. Happy Friday to you too, man. Big day today. Putin, Fed, Com Futures, month end, Q3, and it's fucking gonna be a bit of a mental one today, actually. So we took this level to level here. Pirate says, "What? I don't know what. I don't know. Want to trade? What? I don't know. Want to trade alts? Pirate, are you okay? Right? You need to lay off the drugs a little bit. Right? Maybe the alcohol. Put it out to the side, and just speak clear. I'm messing. No, what do you mean? I don't know. I don't want to trade alts. I don't know which alts to trade. Is that what you're trying to say? T6 in the house. We've got Elena in the house. How you doing? Yeah, Pirate's high. Pirate's already high in the morning as well. I mean, like, she's from Italy, so it's like 1 hour ahead of us. So, I mean, it's 10:20 in the UK. It's 11:20 in thingy. I mean, it's a bit too early for me to get high right now, but she's asking which alts to trade, bro. Daink Country Club understands her more than I do, actually. So we'll look at a couple of alts. We'll look at a few alts here and there. The major ones itself, and then the rest we can. I'm in the mood to trade alts. Okay, just tell me which one. So alt wise, BNB, we got Solana, we got Matic, Doge is another one that I'll pick on as well. I'm trying to look as well. XRP is another one I'll look at. Link is a good one as well. Origin, OGN will be a good one as well to pick on. Who else? What else we got? Just going through my list of stuff. A0 is one of my favorite ones as well. Yeah, we've got a bunch of alts. I mean, the guys here, the guys in the chat, right? You tell me which alts you want, should Pirate actually look at. 5 p.m. in Hong Kong. Bless you, my bro. The day's all done in Hong Kong, is it? You got Mr. M here. We've got Thomas. Morning to you too. Hope you're having a great Friday yourself as well. We've got Abdullah Pulani. How's it going? BTC doing some madness. BTC's always doing some fucking madness, man. But let's have a look. All right, cigarettes all done. Sip of water, and we get cracking. Fuck. I mean, September, we survived the fucking trenches. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Has been a fucking mental one. Let's look at September. All right, September. This is the 1 hour. Let's look at the monthly. Let's go back to the monthly, right? Actually, fuck it. Because this is a quarterly close. Let's do a quarterly view itself, right? So let's see what brings us to Bitcoin, all right? So quarterly looks a bit shit though, innit? I ain't gonna lie to you. It looks really shit, right? In what way? Well, look at this. You see this wick? You got a strong ass wick over there and a small body candle there, which means to me already, just right off the bat, when we get a small body candle, right? It's a small body, right? When we get a small body candle, it's consolidation. Its price is compacted. You got ETH. Nah, I'm still in the ETH long, man. I'm still in my ETH long from last night. We'll talk about the ETH long in just a moment as well. I bought in at 13.24. But yeah, the plan was there in the group as well, so the group knows exactly what's going on. But we'll talk about ETH in a second. So consolidation is just right over here. So what happens when you get a small body candle? It means price is heavily concentrated, right, in a small little area there. And then what will happen after the consolidation? So like my rules are consolidation leads to a breakout comes to a retest. Then from the retest, we got to worry about, is this just a deviation of the range to step back in? Or do we finally get that good old important breakout, expansive move on the upside? These are the 4 rules of how prices work, and that's how it is. So we're looking over here. So quarterly close is coming up, closing up below the body candle. Not so good actually, but the interesting thing, the interesting thing, right, it didn't take out the last quarter's low. So that would have been a good one to take out and then close back into here, but we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, what is holding support? Well, you see this area here from this high. Let me just get that right on the point. From this high to this high over there. That's where the area of consolidation is. That's where price is capped between these area. It's a dead man zone, right? It's a dead man zone. You can see when we had this zone over here, this was the high there. We never retested it, but we smashed above it. And now what we've done, we came a support and we're holding a support. As long as we hold this low over here on the quarterly, it's all good to go anyway, right? I mean, we could take out this low here, come back up and still reclaim and hold above it. It's not a problem. So as long as that's happening, it's all good. We can still say this is support. As long as we're on support, you're looking for bullish plays. You wouldn't be actually looking to look for shorts because, well, you're going against the trend. The trend is still at support. So if we start losing this area here, start bouncing off it, then yeah, let's fucking just go back down to this area here, maybe into this area consolidation, then we work it level to level. So in the meantime, it's looking all right. It's looking decent. So that's not too bad. What's the monthly saying? The monthly is capped. Well, as you can see, now you can see the consolidation area. You see this consolidation here? This is all small body candles right there. These are small body candles compared to these expansive move. You see? So the last time we had small body candles, right, was around here. This is all small body candles there. Let me just move this fucking chart to the side. There you go. We've got small body candles right over here. You see all that? Those tiny small ones compared to these massive motherfucking Godzilla kind of shit, in it. Like, oh my god, it's Godzilla. And then we got another set of small body candles right over here. These are all small body candles there. Compared to these move over here, the small body candles, consolidation leads to the expansion, then expansion comes, the breakout, whoops, let me do this properly. Got this over here, consolidation leads to a breakout. The breakout came to the retest. That was a deviation of the range because we stepped back into it, we got back up, hold it support. You see this? This was a zone of buys here, and this held. Yes, we had a stop run, but we didn't take out this low. So it's all good there. So we're looking at potentially, could we do something like that? Right? Could we have a consolidation, come back down as a retest, and then reclaim, and then keep holding this above the zone we're looking at? Remember the zone we just talked about on the quarterly, which is this high to this high there. Could we do something like that? We don't fucking know. We'll figure it out then. And maybe if it was going to do a fractal like that, do a quick stop run into this area, but it holds this low there and still reclaims and still be bullish, and price stays within this area region. Why am I saying this area region? Well, I'll delete all this shit here. You see this candle here, right? I've talked about it before, right? And I'm going to talk about it again because this is the quarterly close and the monthly close. Pretty important that we do so. So you see this area here? This is all consolidation. Price got below it. There's a deviation. Step back into the range. Found resistance. Found support. Then we found resistance at range high. Then we broke up and we went bang, motherfucker, let's go. So now the question is, do we do something similar to this? I would not be surprised if this is the range. This is the exact range going all the way to 2024 up until the next bull run. So if he does do that, fuck it, let's do that. I don't give a shit, right? If price ranges over here, does this, right? Comes into here, steps back into it, and that was just a deviation of the range. Step back in, do a stop run over here, play back in, and just range bounds in this area before he breaks out, holds bullish market structure, and off we go, fucking level to level. That is a very personal, very possible play there. Really, really possible, and I think that's fucking sweet. Why? Because every time if this range holds, then that means for us, right? Well, for me and the group in the DCC, we're going to be buying out these lows over here. we're gonna be we'll be like this is the area that I'd be looking for, actually holding buying long-term bags. That's what I'm looking for. I'll buy some long-term bags when we step into this area here, for example, 100%, because these are massive lows you're not going to get again. But areas of consolidation, that's where you're going to start seeing. So we're going to find some consolidation for the next couple of months, maybe the next couple of years, up until probably 2024, and then we have the breakout in the halving, and off we go. What are your thoughts on BTC still holding the June's low despite all of the global uncertainty? Yeah, I mean, this is the consolidation to me. Just looking at what the prices is, we've already had a massive drop. So you guys are seeing this whole GBP, this USD, Euro US, so GBP dropping, Euro dropping as well. But we've done it in fucking Bitcoin. You know, what's the big deal? We've done all this massive ass drop. Why are you getting scared now? When we should have been scared was over here. This is when we should be scared. Now it looks like fucking consolidation. It's still a bear market until proven otherwise, right? I think I agree. But to me, June's low, right? June's range is the thing that I'm going to be keeping an eye going forward for the next couple of months, going into 2023, 2024, until we break, until we prove otherwise. Because we could come back up, retest, and if we start finding bullish price action, then let's go. Let's go to these levels, then these levels, and whatnot. But from a perspective of actually just looking at a range band environment, this is what it is. It's right. It could be just right here, just like we did over here. We popped up to 20k. 20k, we dropped down to, I think it was 10k. The range bound was from 11k all the way down to 6k. There's a 5k range here, and here we're talking about 24k all the way down to 18k, which is about what 6k range. Pretty much the same thing there. We could do a deviation just like this. We could do it right over here, and if we do that, happy days, no problem. And then when we step back in, yeah, we play. And which means, if as a range bound player, right, most of you guys know I play in a range bound environment. I'll be playing from support, play the longs all the way back to range high, then from let it do its deviation, once we step back in, from resistance, play back down to range low. That's it. I'm going to play that over and over again. I'm going to stack up my USDT, and when it's time to start buying at the lows, I'm buying at the motherfucking lows, because I ain't missing this fucking the run for in 2024. I was telling the guys in the DCC that I'm gonna, like, we gotta treat this as if it's the last run, because if it gets regulated, trust me, we ain't gonna see 100x moves again. Price is gonna move just like Bitcoin. No, sorry, Bitcoin. Like the S&P, the Dow, the Nasdaq. It's gonna move really, really slow. We won't have these alts actually pop up quite heavily as well, because regulation will take into consideration other degen coins, like, you know, your meme coins. That will also be regulated. So, you know, you got SHIB like 1000x. You ain't gonna see that 1000x again. So if we have one more run, treat this right, play this right. And if you stick with me, I'm telling you, like, I'll help you actually grow the account. I'll help you look at how the market is. And when the top is in, I'm going to say this in my opinion is the top, and I'm ready to cut the trade whenever is needed. I'll explain it to the guys in DCC and the Country Club, how I'll be looking for it, but we'll play it from there. All right. So that's the monthly play. Nice and easy, nothing too crazy. And let's see what's going on there. So I mean, monthly wise as well, you can see all we've done in September. We've taken that last month's low, which is August. Fucking hell, I don't even know what the day is, man. August is low, and we've also taken out June's low, and we're still holding in it. You know, it's still a range bound environment until proven otherwise. If we get back below, break down, this is the next liquidity, take out this low, then we see if we break down, or do we swing fail this and come back up and play within the range where we want to play for the next couple of months. Okay, so that's the view. Just a range bound view, nothing else. Smash the motherfucking likes, everybody, man. Appreciate that, man. Good love there. What's it? Kurisu is saying generation low. Yeah, possibly, very possibly. Derry's in the house. We got Genero de Shurj. Correct me if I'm wrong, my bro. Genero de Shrijva. I think that's right. Yuri's in the house, man. So yeah, what's going on, man? Fucking hell. All right then. So that's the monthly there. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is looking, yeah, you can see this. I mean, quite easily. You got this range. This is acting as resistance here. This trend line there. So if you want confirmation, break above it, hold above it. Bullish market structure. Off we go. This target, and then go for the highs over there. So that something like this would be nice. And then we'll see from there what happens next. Because remember, this is July's low, July's high. So then we could come back into here, take out the highs, deviates it, and come back in, and then play back lower. Who gives a shit? We're taking the stop loss over here. We're playing it back down to June's low. Off we go. Bob's your uncle. Trade level to level. We keep doing this rinse and repeat. Keep stacking up your USDT over and over and over again. The range bound environment is one of my favorite places to play. It's just easy play, actually. Really simple when you break it down, but we can we can sort this out as we go on. So that's the weekly. Weekly wise, I mean, all we've done so far, taking out last week's high, and we closed within last week's range. So this is a range bound environment itself. From here, I mean, what I'm concentrating really is on the daily, man. I'll show you something. So if I bring up my levels, got a bunch of motherfucking lines here, right? But let's just focus on where we're at. You see that blue range that I've got there? That is last week's Monday's range. We're still capped in that area. Price has consolidated in this area. This is the consolidation in that on the daily. You can see a stop run. Let me just fucking draw this out. 1 second, guys. Take out all these lines and then it makes it a lot more sense, right? That's it. Simple as that. And then the mid-range. Just draw the mid-range and that's it. Okay, cool. Let me delete this shit. And as you can see, price has literally stayed within this range itself. This whole range has been the whole thing that where price has been consolidated for the last 2 weeks now, actually. We got a stop run there, a stop run there. We did another motherfucking stop run there. But we're finding resistance here. We haven't had a bodily close above, right? Or below. Is it going to happen today? I don't know. Hopefully it does. I'd love to see it there. But as you can see, the trend line still holds in place right here. This is the trend line. We're still, as long as we're above there, we're bullish. Which means that if we get back above and hold above it, happy days. Let's go to the next level of targets. Take out liquidity over here and liquidity there. That's last week's high there. Remember I said we're taking out last week's low. Now we're going to take out last week's high. Did we take out last week's? I don't fucking know. One of the things. Let's have a look. No, we're just taking out last week's high. So so if we can get up, we take out this week's high, and then from this side take out this high there, then we'll see what happens next, right? Then we go from there level to level till we come back into the range, and we got June's range and whatnot. Okay, so that's that on the daily. Let's look at the freaking the chart there. Let's start making some plans now. So now that we know what the deal is, let's see what the deal is, right? So got this black line here, right? So this black line, this is where it's a little bit funny though, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a bit of a funny figure here. So I'm gonna just draw some lines here and then just show you what the deal is, okay? Give me a second there. So we got this, which is last week's Monday's high. We got last week's Monday's low. And then we got the mid-range. Right, and then let's just draw in this week's Monday's high, which is over here. And then the mid-range. And we're going to draw the low. That's what it is, okay? Just keep this nice and simple as a day trade. Remember, we're in the monthly close. We've got quarterly close, so be very careful. Don't actually start being longing or shorting anything just yet. It is going to get quite messy, but play this level to level and we'll see what happens there. We're going to make this nice and clear. So if you guys want to jump in, you can jump in as well, okay? Now, what's going on there? BTC looks so bullish on the day. It does look bullish on the daily. It does. Yeah, it does indicate that we can go higher. But on the hourly, it looks different. On the hourly, it looks like, yo, what the fuck's going on here? Because where the problem is, we're finding resistance on last week's high, which is why I'm still focusing. So you can focus it within this. Oops, let me just draw this color. Between last week's high, last week's Monday's high, last week's mid-range. I didn't choose last week's high, right? Last week's high is here. We've only had a deviation on that over here, and that's it. We never retested that area there. So I'm not really bothered about that. I'm just bothered about where price is capped, where price is consolidating, where price, the majority of price is within, right? And that's how we play this, level to level, right? So let's have a look. So that's where what we've got going on. Now, how do we play this, right? How do we play this? Are we bullish? Are we bearish? What the fuck's going on, right? So, fuck, I should have done this properly, actually. Yeah, this is how I should have done it. Motherfucker. Fucked that up. Let me do it again. Sorry, guys. Reason why I want to show you this, the monthly open as well, because we're below the monthly open. Still bearish and below the monthly open, right? So let me draw this again. So we got last week's Monday's high. We got the low. This should take a second anyway. And then we got the mid. And then also we've got this week's Monday's high. We've got the low. And we've got the mid. Right? And also I want to highlight one more thing, right? The monthly open. Monthly open is always going to be key. Okay, that's it. Now let's delete that off. Here we go. How do we play this now? So we know we've got a few things going on. Monthly open is here. Last week's Monday's high, mid, low, mid, right? Then after that, within the range where we can see price consolidating in this area for this week so far, this is this week's low, this week's high. I mean, we've taken out the Monday's liquidity. We've taken out on both sides of the market. We're above, right? And this is where the funny thing is. You see the mid-range of this week, right? This mid-range comes in just approximately the same mid-range of last week's Mondays. And look what happened. When price, like it was consolidating, right? Held the mid-range, shot up, came back down. Held the mid-range, then we lost it, took out liquidity. Then we reclaimed not only last week's, this week's Monday, but also this last week's Monday. Again, reclaim last week's Monday. It's held a support each time. Held a support. So each time, to me, it looks like we could actually go a lot more higher, as long as we're holding above Monday's high. So now, if I want to go on longs, I can't really go on longs just yet because we're approaching resistance. This is all resistance. This area here, it's gone to 15 minutes actually. There we go. There we go. That's it. Delete this. This is all resistance over here, right? This is all resistance. Can you see this? You see this candle over here? Look at this candle. It's acting as strong as resistance right there. Price is finding resistance once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6 times as well. Are we going to break down? We don't know, right? So if you want to play a short, right, how do you play a short? Let it break down. This is all short term as well. Bear in mind, monthly close, quarterly close is going to be a bit of a shitty ass play to play. So you want to play this quite carefully as well. So you want to play a short, let it break down, right? Once it breaks down, finds resistance, then you can play to this level of target. That's a scalp play. From that, that's target 1, filling out all this inefficiency. We lose this level, then you play out the next set of targets there. That'll be this target 2, and then target 3, taking out this liquidity there. That's one player playing the range today, because it is going to be closing today. I wouldn't take so much of a long trade. That's one way. Another way, right, is even if you want to have a look at it this way, you have a trend line. Let's say we can draw a trend line right about there. You can see that's a trend line there, right? Let it do its thing. The moment we break below the trend line, you know that's bearish as it is. You can play it back down to Monday's high, because you can see price is capped between Monday's high, last week's Monday's high, and this week's Monday's high. This is where the price is actually stuck in. So you can literally play in this area here. If we lose this area here and start breaking down, find resistance, then we play it back down to the mid-range, taking out liquidity over here and bouncing off this area here. Because then we got to see how do we hold on that area. So if I highlight this consolidation there, well, you can see it from over here actually, all this, right? You can see how price has actually come into this area, bounce off it, lost it, resistance, right? Resistance, come back down, reclaim the low, resistance, reclaim the low over here, then come back up, bounce off it, and shut up. Then came back down, bounce off it, shut up. So if it was going to lose it again, what happens? Bounce off it again. So this is still support. So you're playing within one supply to another, from one supply and demand to another, just bouncing up and down. That's all you're doing, nothing else, right? Keeping it nice and simple as it is. Then if we end up losing Monday's low, right? If this was going to be carry on being bearish, right? If we're losing Monday's low, get below last week's mid-range, right? Then we can play it back down, fill out all this inefficiency here, target 1 over there, well, this area here, and then there, and then Monday's low. Then we'll see what happens is, and then if we lose Monday's low, let's go to last week's low, and that's liquidity taken out again. Taking out liquidity over here. That's all we're doing. Simple as that. Nothing else. Nothing too complicated. You're playing this level to level. Does that make sense, guys? Now, if I want to be bullish, how do I see this, right? So we know price is stuck in this area here, okay? If it's going to come back down, right, we're going to see how do we react at the Monday's high. What's going on, Justin? How you doing? Let's see how we react to Monday's high. We can do this, do a stop run, bounce off this area here, for example, this area consolidation, bounce off it, hold on the Monday's high. This is my bullish market structure. I can take a long with a stop loss over here, for example, playing it back into that range there. And then we see we can squeeze into Monday's high, take out liquidity there and here. And then we just work out slowly into this. And that's how it is. Now, what happens, right, if price continues, it's just still range bands in this area. Because look, we close in 3 minutes. We'll see what happens. Let's say a price comes into this area and bounces and reclaims this area. When he reclaims this area, you know that's a trigger because we're stuck in this range here. For a scalp trade, you can aim for these highs and then Monday's high. For a scalp trade, it's really, really easy. So if I were to zoom into it, let's just zoom into this. Just start focusing this on the 5 minutes. Right? So where we got this high here, for example. I think it's stuck in this area actually. Right? That's it. This area here, right? Let me just do that. Yeah, that's really cool. So that's the high there, and I'd say this is the area. This is the area here, right there. Okay. So if price gets back up, reclaims this range band environment, holds it, right? It's bullish market structure. But then we can start saying taking out these highs as target 1, then we go for target 2, then target 3. So let's just highlight some of this shit for you. So that's the high there. That's the high, and we're looking for liquidity on the highs. That's all we're looking for, right? Right there. If I just remove this, fuck, I can't even do it properly. Where's the eraser? There we go. Right. So price comes back up, reclaims this area here, holds it as support. Then we go to target 1. Target 1, we go to target 2, and then we see we can squeeze into target 3, and we're playing within this range over here. Right. That's what we're doing. We're looking for range bound environment. So at the moment now, it's interesting how we're losing this area here. So let's bring up my levels and see what we've got here. This is a range bound environment right there. It is choppy. You can see this extremely choppy, which is why I don't really want to be like advising everyone to start longing just yet. Okay, it looks like right now we're going back into the low over here. Right now it looks like this is the magnet in price right here. See, that's resistance from this low over here on the smaller time frame. Do we come into this area? We come into this area, bounce off it, hold it, and then play it back to level. All right, and then we can squeeze into here, take out these liquidities, and then we're going playing back into this area here. So that's what we're looking for, right? In BTC, just being patient. Actually, really, the key is just be patient. You just put a 20x long on ETH. Thanks, man. I actually need something like that. We got a whale for actually pushing this market up for me as well. But yeah, that's basically BTC. Nothing too crazy. Just keep it simple. Just play it within these little levels. But what happens, right, once we actually break above, right? So if we break out of this trade, this consolidation, you end up on the 1 hour. It's much easier, right? Now, if I want confirmation for go longs, right, and I don't want to scalp trade all this area here as a day trade or a scalp trade, what I'll do is, right, I'll wait for price to reclaim this Monday's high, right? Once we get this bounce, because we've broken above it, we come back and retested this area here. Then I'm looking for bullish price action, right? Something like that, to squeeze into this area, because we got, see all this here? This is inefficiency here. This is all inefficiency up into the monthly open. So we got to fill it out, right? Do we reclaim the monthly open? I don't know. We'll find out in October, right? Or we can find out today, later today. I don't know. But I just don't really give a shit about reclaiming anything. I just want to care about making the money where I can actually make the money. So if you reclaim this, right, all we have to do, find bullish price action. That will be your long, right? Up into monthly open, squeezing into this area here, right? Which is about just under 20.1. Around this area, $20,080. That's what we're looking for approximately. That's what we're going to be squeezing into. And then from there, we'll see what happens. Do we break down and resistance, and then we sell it off? Or do we actually, in October, right, come back up and hold monthly open and let's go up higher? Take out liquidity there and work our way up to the next set of levels, which comes into the June's range. So if you were looking at June's range, look what's happening. Look where the problem is right now. This here, so we got June's low, June's 25%, and the mid-range. That's what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on this area here before we move out on the other side. We're finding resistance off this blue box. This blue box is a daily candle which is acting as resistance. So you can see this is a consolidation, breakdown, resistance, breaks down, comes back up, resistance, consolidate below, come back up, and it shoots back down. This is all resistance. And then all this so far lately, we're just finding a lot of resistance here, which means, you see, when we see resistance here is actually tapping, how much does it need to tap before it gives up? This resistance needs to give up, and once we break above it, let's go to the next set of targets there. If you're playing on June's range, that's what you'll be looking for, right? So depending on how you want to look at this at a bit more of a wider time frame or a smaller time frame, it all comes down to how you want to look at it. In this instance, it's very different to how we were looking at it just a couple of seconds ago. You're completely wrong here. This is where you're wrong, because if price come back down, right, and starts breaking down, what you'll be looking for is like price for actually finding resistance on June's low, and we're going to take out the liquidity here. And once we take out liquidity there, we'll probably take out liquidity from the was it May? Sorry, no, that's July's range. Then we take out June's low. So in the meantime, right, we've had such a horrible movement down. Like I said, we're at support. We're at support. So I wouldn't be looking for mega shorts here. If you want to take shorts are like on short term basis really, because price is still capped in here until proven otherwise. That's all it is. If we start losing this level there, then we start playing it level to level, lower to at a lower price. But in the meantime, I'm not really fussed about that as well. So we're just gonna look at it as it is. But what I want to see really is a reclaim of that box, man. That box is key. We need a clean smash on an hourly candle would be nice. If we get an hourly candle that goes into this box here, that closes like that, for example, something like this, and then we can say any retest, holds it, we can long it, for example, because this is all resistance, and then we play it back into this level here, and then into the 25% of the range. From the 25% of the range, because this is a range-bound environment right here, we can squeeze it all the way to take out these highs. Once we take out these highs, that's bullish market structure right there. And what happens next? We're looking for a play to get back above, hold above it. Let's play into the mid-range at 21.7k. And that's it. That's all it is. Any questions before I move on? In terms of volume, do you reckon BTC can shoot up to 20k above? Yeah, it can shoot. But it's $500 away. So $500 away from 20k. It's very possible. I mean, the previous all-time high was 19.8k. So as long as we reclaim, if we close above 19.8k, right, that is actually a good thing. That's a good thing. I don't know if you guys want to do like a monthly, quarterly close video, and we can just watch how it works in the last half an hour before the monthly close. If you guys are interested in that, we probably can squeeze in something. What's going on, Cuff in the dip? What you saying, my bro? Hey, yo, it's been a while, man. It's been a while. What's good, brother? Alright, by the way, you know what? Fuck it. Let me shout out to my boy Cuffin. Let's open up YouTube. Give him a follow as well, man. From across the pond, Cuffin the dip, YouTube. Yeah, bro. Like whenever you're ready, man. I like Thingy, and whenever you're ready, you can jump on whenever. Give a shout out to Thingy. Why haven't I not joined? Oh no. Oh yeah, I've subscribed. Yeah, I was gonna say. So give my boy a follow, Cuffin the dip. He's always posting videos pretty much every day as well. This guy is a legit guy, sweet, lovely guy. He's got a good vibe as well. And you know what? Big love to the American community as well. He's doing his thing as well. So there's a new fish in town. This fish has actually been here for quite some time, actually. You know, it's been quite some time. Let's check out some of his videos. Late night vibes. What the fuck? Hope he's smoking weed in it. That's some vibe there, innit? I'll bring this up there. Let's see what's up. Fucking.
He may not be keen to take the plunge. The salt water is -2 degrees.
Speed up forward. He's got mad energy, this guy has. Let's see what he's doing for this.
Make sure that you comment done, regardless of if you've done it before. That's just so that I notice you're in the building, you're here, and following the instructions. So make sure that you comment done. Do that. What up, Omar in the building? What up, man? Got Omar in the building who can verify that for me.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You know when the Americans speak, it's so fucking cool.
Hey, yeah, so we got.
They got that. What up, Omar? What you saying, bro? What up? You know, they got that slick, cool way of actually speaking, though. Okay. You know, that's fucking cool, though. I gotta say. Let's see what he's saying. Let's go forward a bit more.
From the crew that came.
Just. Yo, balls ain't fucking out. Cuffin, you are pulling it hard, fam.
Congratulations, all you gotta do is be here and be in it to win.
Always got contests going on by this guy. Sweet guy.
Take a brief break.
Check him out, though. Check him out. We can do this all day. But check him out. He's a blessed guy. Really, really cool guy as well. So let's give him a quick love to him as well. Yeah, I was doing some giveaways. Bless him, my bro. Yeah, I need to get fucking YouTube Pro 100%. Bro, Daink Country Club is out of me right now, you know. Like, yo, you poor motherfucker. Bear market, fam, you know what I'm saying? It's bear market. What do you want me to do? Fucking got no peas in it. I'm just fucking warming I'm warming myself with a fucking lighter, fam. That's what I'm doing in it. This is like literally, like, that's how we gotta heat up in it. What are you saying? But yeah, give Coffin a fucking follow, man. Big love to the bro. You know what? I'm gonna have another cig as well, man. Fuck it. I've got to stop smoking, you know. I keep telling myself I gotta stop smoking, but the problem is, if I ain't smoking, what am I gonna do? Fucking bust a nut or some shit. So let's have a look. Yeah, let's get back onto Bitcoin. So yeah, we're talking about the range itself. We'll play it back to level, and that will go to Monday's high. June's mid range there. Okay, what's going on, Carl? How you doing, man? So that's that, right? ETH BTC. You know what? Before we actually touch this, let's talk about dollar index, because dollar index has finally did what we actually wanted to do. And I said this to you on Monday. On Monday, well, prior to Monday, for about the last 2-3 weeks or so, about a month or so, I've been saying 113.55 is the area of resistance. That's what I was looking for. We wanted to break down from it, and don't get me wrong. Don't be coming here and thinking like, yeah, fucking hell. Shit, man. It's all good, Carl, man. Good to have you here. You're giving ads more money, yeah, by showing it live, yeah. Fuck it, never mind. Anyway, so with I was talking about 113.5. I've been tweeting about this over and over again. This is going to be an area of resistance, and bang on, here we go. On Monday, when we come into this area here, I did say to you, there's two possible scenarios. Number one, we come in, I think we'll lose Monday's low, right? You see this low here? We'll lose this low, find resistance and break down. That was number one scenario. The second scenario is we do a swing failure, right? Come back down, play back below the 1.3, the 113.55 area, lose Monday's low, break down. That was the second scenario for bearish play. And the third scenario, if it was going to be a continuation, is take out Monday's high, hold it at Monday's high, and then keep going at bullish market structure, right? So it just so happens on the second scenario worked out. Swing failure, finds resistance there, and then bang, that's just it. And that was it. And fucking out, man. I gotta say, sometimes when you aim, you fucking shoot, you get a headshot, bang, dead. So now the question is, where is the resistance? Where are we gonna find support, right? So the first point of support is really off this high here. Off this high, that's gonna be the first point of support. And you can see that happening right there. So do we do something like this? Come back up, come into this area here as a deeper pullback into this here, break down, and then come back below? Or do we even go a lot more higher into Monday's high, retest that Monday's high again one more time, and then break down and go back lower? And what it really is this is the high, and this is the lower low, lower high, lower low, and then we're seeing if this is the lower high, and that'll be the lower low. All right, so that's what we're looking for. So we'll see how it goes. It is a monthly close, so coming October, I do expect some kind of push up kind of thing, whether it comes to here, or even if you just fucking decide to lose this level and go back down. 111.31 is the area onto this trend line, but I do see us kissing 110.8. That's the first set of targets. Then from 110.8, if we lose this level, I like to see us come back into this fucking trend line, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, this trend line is not good. You see this let's go on 4 hours. You see this trend line that we got over here, right? I want to see us come back into the trend line, right? Break down, come into the mid range, come and kiss this area here. That's what I want to see us back into the range low of the weekly range we talked about many times. Okay, that's all it is. And while that's happening, with dollar index is pushing down, ES is going to push up. Your stocks, like your Nasdaq is going to go up. Your Dow is going to go up. Your S&P is going to go up. Your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your alts will then go up as well. So dollar index is quite a key important factor. All right. Did say to you, midterm is coming as well. So I do still believe that that they're going to try and suppress the dollar index to a lower price up until around November. And then from November, after the midterm, we might do something like this and go back up higher. I don't fucking know. We'll see what happens. And this carries on. It's just, here we go. Let's go for the next stage of life, which is bear market continuation. But we play it level to level. That's what it is with dollar index. So that's what it is. ES? ES has been quite interesting, right? Found support, right, off Monday, off the 2021's low. And what we're doing right now, we're finding resistance off the mid-range of Monday's mid-range. Let's go on the hourly. Get this a bit more. Yep, right off that. We're going to find naturally a resistance there. We're going to pull back, right? To me, it's a breaking market structure. I can see us coming back into probably this area here. Come back into here. Hold above it. Let's hold this. Go back to the mid-range. That's your long scenario right there. That's your confirmation for longs. And then get above mid-range, 75% of range, and then squeeze into this area here and see if we can squeeze into Monday's high. And then that's it. And that's pretty much it. That's the ES there for you done. If I'm wrong, we come back down, find resistance, start taking out these lows there. Then we start taking out this low and this low. And once we lose this low, then we go to the next set of ranges, which is over here in blue. Which is this area here. Which comes down to about approximately 3586. Let's go to 3587. That's what it is. Simple as that. Don't overcomplicate the system. Price is always in a range. Until it breaks out the range, it's a fucking range. You know, it's always going to be a range. Shout out to Samir, my 1,931st subscriber. Fucking hell, man. I need that 2,000. That's a journey and a half, though. I mean, like a lot of you guys saw me at 0, going to 100, 500 and whatnot. So we want to grow this up to 100k. Then from 100k to 1 million. I'm shooting fucking high. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm shooting high. I'm shooting for 100k first. That's my target. 100. Well, first let's make it level to level. Level to level is 2k, then 5k, then 10k. Then we look at 20k, then 50k. Let's go to 100k. That's level to level play. But I don't give a shit. I'm going for 100k. That's what I want to go for. So, fucking hell. I smoke too much, man. So if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, man, and smash the likes button as well, okay? And if you're already subscribed, just smash the likes in it. Level to level, even level to thingy. Thank you, Cuffin. Same to you, bro. You're not too far from 10k, bro. You're not too far from 10k. So Ethereum, let's talk about Ethereum quickly. 3k subscribers is FUD. You should have 1 million with knowledge you drop. Thank you so much for that, Morningstar. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. Big love for that. So Ethereum, same thing. We got a range. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do a high time frame view. Let's go back to the quarterly. Right. Let's just talk about this as well, so we can see where are we sitting at and what's happening. Okay. So same shit as Bitcoin. It's just the same crap really as well. The quarterly doesn't look too bad compared to Bitcoin though, because we finally got after 6 months of down move over here, we finally got our first quarterly up candle, which is good. That's a sign of good things to come. I mean, there's still inefficiency in this area here, so we're gonna work out where is the range band environment. We'll talk about that in just a second there. Do you know what? I'm gonna grab a new fucking chart. I should have done that. ETH USD. Let's do Coinbase. All right, and let me just add this. Add ETH USD Coinbase to my chart. What the fuck's going on here? No. I don't want that. That's right on my watch list. Let me add that. ETH USD Coinbase. Let me add that, because this is going to be my high time frame view and you guys can see what the deal is. Okay, let's go. Yeah, cool. All right, awesome. What's happening here? So this is what we're looking for now. So range band environment. So look at this, right? You see how prices range on the quarterly right here. This is the range on the quarterly right there. We had a bit of a deviation there, but we're going to figure out where the price really is. I think it's actually here. This is the real range band environment. You see that you can't make this shit up though. I ain't gonna lie to you. You just can't make this shit up. Let me draw this high. Nice and clear. That high and then that low. And then we're just gonna talk about this and see what happened. Can you see how price actually held that area there? That was the real range band environment that happened there, between $396 to $130. That was the real range band environment that happened there. Yes, if you go on the monthly, it looks a bit different. The monthly is like this. What we have is a deviation on the upside, deviation on the downside, held as support, deviation here, held as resistance, popped out, bullish market structure, fucking long your longs, off we go. Alright? Do you remember we talked about bullish market structure? For those who don't know what bullish market structure is, let me just quickly touch base on that. A bullish market structure is when price is making higher highs all the way up and higher lows. Bearish market structure is lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, right? Using that principle right there, can you see this bullish market structure here? That's the low, that's the higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, bang, motherfucker, let's send this up to smithereens. And that's what it is. Bullish market structure on there. So that was the range bound environment that we were playing in on the quarterly. So you can see that price was all this consolidation. And during the bear market, right, because we're still in the bear market until the halving itself, during those, we're going to be looking for the lows to buy the lows. That's all we're going to do, right? So there was a deviation. So here, we come back into here. It's a deviation. You could have bought over here, let it do its thing, come back there, buy some more over here, buy some more over here. And then obviously this, we know this was the COVID, this candle here, this resistance over here was a COVID low. And then this was all signals for that should buy. So we're going to work this out as we go. Anyway, quarterly, let's talk about the quarterly. So it's looking all right. I mean, where is the resistance and where is the support, right? So we got this area here. Let me just highlight this. You know what? My fucking face is in the way. There we go. Bring this out there. So we got this here. Okay, now. So this high here is the first area of resistance. So we're in this zone over here, and then we're in this here. So I would have picked out these highs there, right? From this high to this high over here. I mean, it comes into place with this high anyway. And that's the dead man zone. This is the dead man zone, okay? Once we broke up, we come back down to retest. Now, on the quarterly play, we close above it, find it support, lower time frame, up we go, level to level, fill out this area here, come into this area there, level to level, see what happens there. So we talked about a range bound environment that happened in Bitcoin, right? Sorry, Ethereum. Ethereum's range, we said it was prior to the bull run over here, and this is a range bound environment. Using the same principle, what if, I'm just saying, what if this was the range bound environment? What if that is the range bound environment that we're going to be playing all the way throughout the rest of the bear market in this area here? You know what I'm saying? Fucking possible, isn't it? This is the deviation. Step back into the range, right? Close back in. We find resistance. Where does it look like? It looks like we're going to come back down here, right? Off a quarterly. Very, very possible, which comes down to about, what's that low? $688. What if we do that? I don't see is it being a problem there. I mean, look on the monthly. It does make sense though. Because look, once we break out of it, we became a support. Broke out, continuation, break down, close within the range. That was your signal to cut the trade itself. Come back down, and we're in this range. We find resistance over here. All right, that's what it is. So looking fucking kind of shit though, I ain't gonna lie to you. But we'll see how it goes anyway. So that's the monthly. Monthly wise, what is capping the market? What is playing in the range? Well, the same thing as Bitcoin. Let me draw out my range over here. July is high and July is low. Let me make that as purple. This is the focus of price. So coordinates, and the low comes in at 10.05.25. That's what we're looking at. Okay, so you can see what we've done is we've taken out July's high, final resistance from July's high. We're below the mid range. It's not looking good. Fucking hell, it's not looking good. So that's that there. And then let's look at the weekly. Weekly wise, all we've done again, we're still within last week's range. Can you see that? This is last week's range right over here. We're still within the last week's range. We haven't taken out any liquidity from the downside or the upside. We haven't taken any liquidity. So if we is this a deviation of the mid range? What we're looking for is taking out liquidity from last week's high, come back up, close below above it, retest this, hold above it, and let's go to level to 25% of 1595, and then squeeze into 1792. See what happens there. Take out liquidity over here. That's what we're looking for. If it's going to be wrong, right? What will happen is, we'll take out last week's low, finds resistance, breaks down below the 25% of the range, which is 1202, and then find resistance there, send it back down to the gulag at $1,005. That's all it is. So we're looking at which side are we going to go. Are we going to go on the downside or the upside? The plans are there. So let me just draw this out properly. Liquidity is resting. That's what it is. Liquidity. What is liquidity? Liquidity is where the stops are. There's liquidity here and there's liquidity there. So the plan is either up, play back to here. That's it. And that'll be your confirmation. Or you play back down. Oops, do that properly. Or you play back down. And that will be your confirmation to play lower. That's all it is. That's as simple as you want to do it on the weekly, from the weekly range itself. Nothing too overcomplicated. But now we can just go on the daily and see what's going on the daily, all right? So daily, what's happening? This is where we get our other chart there. So we know 1398 is a key factor, right? 1398 is the mid-range of June's, right? So that's what we're looking at, right? The June, July. July's range. Let me bring up my other chart. And let's see, 1398. And I've got 1393 on this range. Why do I have 1393? So let me just show you what's going on. If I delete all this for a moment, I'll bring this back up in just a second. This is the range where price is playing at. Last week's Monday's range. Same as Bitcoin. Nothing has changed. As you can see, we come back down. We did a stop run on the upside. We did a deviation on the downside there. Find support off the range low, 1208. Find support. Find resistance at 1393 at last week's high. And we're just playing within this range. That's it. You see all these small body candles right here? All this is fucking tiny ass candles. Massive wicks. This is retail. All these wicks here are retail. Institutions are the body candles. It's all wicks here. It's just fucking choppy as fuck though. A lot of people say it's choppy, but if you've got a lower time frame, it makes a lot more sense anyway. So if we close right on the daily above the range, the freaking mid range, that shows us a bullish play. Why? Because we find resistance so many. Look, from fucking Tuesday last week on the 20th, right? We found resistance and we couldn't close above it for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, can we do it on the 10th day? No, so 9 days we've been below this 1393, 1336 level. We can't close above it. So now today is going to be the all-important day. Do we do it for on the 10th day, or is it going to be another bullshit again where we close below it and off we go and then we're going to send that lower? We don't know. We'll just play this level to level. So, but I am playing for higher prices. I'll explain to you how, right, and why. So if I add into my other levels, which is, let's bring this up. Okay, so what I've got there, I've got some bullshit lines there. I might need to delete. We'll delete in a second anyway. Fuck that. Let's just remove that for a second there. So remove this and remove that. Okay, so now we're gonna focus on the next set of range. The next set of range I've been looking at is this. Let me delete this now. And now you can see this is Monday's range. Can you see how we're capping it resistance all the way here? But we keep tapping this fucking resistance level. How many times is this resistance level gonna give up? Like he's gonna hold as resistance. Eventually, it's like you know when you're banging your bird in it, right? For example, right? And she's saying she hasn't. Well, this is a fucked up analogy here. I don't know why I've gone into this one, but anyway, follow me through this here. You're banging your bird, right? And she's not actually freaking coming in it. You know how girls don't come, right? Apparently they don't come. I don't know what's going on, right? Maybe it's probably you. But when girls are like, I'm not sorry about this. This is going fucked up. So forgive me there. Everyone's paying attention now, innit? So you're banging your girl, right? And like you bust once, you bust twice, bust 3 times, right? And she hasn't busted it, right? This is the same thing. Your girl ain't busting over here, man. You busted once, twice, 3, 4. You're trying on the 5th time. Come on, 5th time's got to be the fucking luck there. You can't be, not make her satisfied. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same situation. The resistance is basically your girl can't bust, but you're busting. I'm not smoking crack. I've never done anything like that. I've never done any crack or heroin or anything like that. The only drugs I've ever done is marijuana. That's it. Yeah, aim for the. Well, we believe we aim for the V spot, right? For the right spot, but apparently we don't. Apparently we just don't do that. We're not really good, and that's the problem. Is most men actually last for like 10 minutes or whatnot, maybe less as well. I mean, that's a question I want to ask. How long is it enough for you, ladies? Right? I don't understand. I just don't get it. Like even you, some girl said to me about an hour. I'm like, what, a fucking hour? What the fuck you think you're talking to? I ain't a fucking machine like that. 10 minutes, I need that pill. Shit. No, but it's true though, isn't it? It's the same situation. Like 10 seconds. Like 10 seconds is I think it's actually quite nice, 10 seconds is like you should be happy too, innit? No, but legit though. Chat's going crazy. It's going fucked up now. Yeah, Rocket vs Diesel is been fucked up now. I don't know how we got into fucking busting. I don't know who brought this up, but whoever brought this up has really fucked up this chat now. But it's the same situation. Like, I mean, look, we got a couple of ladies here. We've got Cryptique, we got Pirate. How long would you be satisfied? They say to me half an hour, 1 hour, then we definitely do this on the 5th time, right? Because apparently, according to Ethereum, right, we've been going on it for 5 days and they ain't bussing. 5 days, 5 fucking days. We ain't actually pleasing these ladies here, and that's what we gotta do. We need to break out, make her happy. Then we can say, yeah, you know what, I can actually rest out and take out these highs over there and chill out, smoke my spliff, and then go for the next level there. That's what I'm looking for. I just want to make sure that she's happy, so I can actually go and smoke my spliff once we take out these highs over there, right? You're not getting me to say shit. PYR. Do the TA first, might make the move better. Well, we've been doing the TA all the time, innit, right? And like that's the TA as a foreplay. We've been doing this for a long time, but ain't done shit. So we'll see how it happens. And then it's the same thing, resistance. We're finding resistance so many times. Back to the let's not get carried away here, but like I think that's another fucking crazy dank moment there as well. But as you can see, right, we're finding resistance here. Right, it's the same thing. How many times do we have to punch through that wall before he knocks down? It's like even another analogy a bit more sensible, which is what I should have said actually, was you got a wall and you got a freaking sledgehammer, and you're smashing that wall once, doesn't break, doesn't crack. Do it twice, doesn't crack. 3, 4, 5 times. After about 5 or 7 or 8 times, right, it's gonna crack, and that's what we're looking for. We're trying to smash this wall here, and it's not cracking at all. It's holding as resistance on the daily. You can see it clearly, holding resistance all that time. So today, let's just say Bismillah, let's do this properly, right? And if we can actually smash above it, hold above it, let's go. Then we can take out these highs over there. Once we take out these highs, it's all happy days anyway. Find support. Then we're looking for the next liquidity, which is up here. Then from there, then it's up here, then 1440. That's what we're looking for. Now, how can you not like the stream people? Yeah, man, show some love, Yuri. Thank you so much for that, man. Even Pirates in Tears as well. She's making us wait. She is making us wait. Fucking hell, man. I haven't heard these trading terms before, bro. But you know what? I'll tell you something about Dank's fucking streams that we get some fucked up crazy moments here. I don't know. The thing is, right? Like, I genuinely believe, right? When I was young, I had ADHD, right? And I don't know if I probably have told the story anyway. Thank you so much, Leafy. Appreciate that. So I definitely had ADHD when I was young. Now the problem was, right? Yeah, join the DCC, man. 100%. If you want more alpha stuff as well, like in terms of trades and understanding how to, play the trade and learning how to become a trader as well, join the Daink Country Club. 100%. Smashing a wall, pretty much the same as first analogy, smashing whole walls. Fucking up. So yeah, cool. So what was I saying? Yeah, I had ADHD when I was young. I definitely had it as well. The teacher had a bit of a problem, whatever, as well. Like I just was really fidgety and whatnot, and X, Y, and Z. Psychologically, that's a whole different scenario. We'll talk about that after. But I remember the doctors, right? The teacher wrote a massive ass report, right? I remember it was like this much. It was like there's a lot of paperwork there. Called my dad in. So like, yeah, I've got ADHD, blah blah blah, X, Y, and Z. He go to the doctors, X, Y, and Z. Now my dad, he was at the time before he became a nurse, he was a carer, and he was really worried. He's like, yo, my son's mad in it. That's why he really thought, like, my son's fucking crazy in it. What the fuck? He's gone off the rails if that's the case. So we go to the fucking the doctors. I remember the doctor is a Palestinian uncle, sorry, called Dr. Karzoon. Shout out to Dr. Karzoon, man. He was a legend. He gave us bare meds all the time, loads of meds, man. When we went to like paracetamol and shit, he'd be like, how many do you want? And my dad was like 5 boxes, and he just write 5 boxes. It was like he was such a cool doctor. But anyway, the doctor looks at me, he reads the first paragraph and looks at me, and this is what he goes to me. He goes like, son, I'm gonna ask you a question. Whatever you say to me is going to be really important, and it will determine what's going to happen next. I go, what's up, uncle? He's like, are you mad? I go to him. I go, what do you mean? He goes, do you feel mad? I go, what do you mean feel mad? Because that's a really weird question for a doctor to ask, innit? He's like, do you feel mad? I'm like, I don't feel mad. He goes, all right, cool. Tears up the report in front of us, shoves it in the bin. He goes, tell the school to fuck off. He literally said that, no word of a lie. He told us to tell the school to fuck off. And I was like, what? I'm a bit confused in it. And my dad was quite happy about that as well. He was mad happy about that. Because then he felt like, yeah, my son ain't fucking mad in it. But he told my dad in it, there's a coping mechanism with ADHD. ADHD is just a coping mechanism in your head. It's like you're dealing with fidgety moves and being like, not unable to sit down and concentrate because you're like, I'm stressed. I'm going through a period of stress, and that's how the brain works. Like, for example, if you were stressed out, right? And what would you do? Most people will get up and walk away or fight back. That's what you call fight or flight, right? So fight or flight is that. ADHD is when the brain switches off completely. The brain switches off from fight or flight, and then instead It's subconsciously just other things to occupy itself, so it doesn't fight or it doesn't flight, because the body doesn't want to move away. Like the mind is like, I want to deal with this, but I don't want to deal with this. It's that uncertainty. Same thing. This has got fucking ADHD right now. It's uncertainty. The fucking ETH chart is ADHD. It's a fucking crazy ass motherfucker. And you know what? Once it starts breaking out, it will be fucking volatile, just like a fucking kid, like I was in it back in the days. So that's that. That's the play there. Actually, we've been talking a bit too much about bullshit now. Let's get fucking into the charts on it. So we can see here, monthly level, finding resistance here. We want to get back into the want to close. Oh well, let's go on the daily. How's the 4 hours looking like? 4 hours is looking all right, not too bad. I mean, we got all this inefficiency right here, right? All this here is all inefficiency, and we want to target this area. This is an area consolidation here. Okay, so how do we play this? I'm in a long, right? I'm gonna show you the plan that from the group itself. Don't switch. And literally, I posted this plan at 6:06 last night UK time. Okay. I'm just gonna show it to you guys. This was my plan. Right? So let me just make this to this area here. What the fuck? No. Back into here. And just open this up. That's it. And this is the plan. What I was saying to the guys yesterday, is that price, I want to see price come into this area here. Comes into this area here. Find support over here. Play it back up to Monday's high. From Monday's high, take out this high. Once we take out this high, this is your absolute confirmation for higher prices right over here. Once we take out these highs, that's what we're looking for. Then we can play for Monday's 75% range and then range high. I entered in yesterday. I'm in profit, right? I entered at 13.24. That's what it was, right? And I explained it in depth in the video and whatnot. And I know like Pirate was in the group as well, trying to pump up the price and whatnot. So I'm still in the trade. But we're again on the 4 hours. Look at it at the moment. We're looking to find resistance here. It's not looking good at the moment, but we finally get some sort of breakout. So if you were to draw this out, right, you can see all that resistance there. So now it's giving me confluence right now to say there's longs in here. Why? Because you see this trend line here, resistance, 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 fucking resistance, or like a motherfucker, another resistance here. It was again, we're trying to make the girl come, but we can't do it. We finally actually did a breakthrough, and now she's all happy now. She's actually happy, and she's saying, don't stop. Right here, this area here is when your girl says, don't stop. You best not fucking stop here. Because if you stop, what happens? You get back down below, and then you're satisfied, but she's not satisfied. So, fucking Ethereum has to make sure we don't stop right here. We've really got to take this out now, all right? So once we did, I mean, I'm quite happy for a pullback into this area here. As long as we hold this trend line, reclaim this, happy days, take out this high over there, take out this high over here, reclaim this area here. That's your mega confirmation there. That's your confirmation completely. And there you go. Next set of targets, 1365, 75% of range. Then we start looking for this area consolidation into this here. Let's have a look right over there. And then we're going to start going into this area here. That's been target 2. From target 2, let's squeeze into target 3 and see if we can take out these highs there. And we'll see what happens next. We'll see what happens next. If we come back into this area here and start breaking down, I'll cut the trade. Cut the trade because we're still in the range bound environment between last week's Monday's high and last week's Monday's low. Okay? That's why they invented machine. Yeah, they did invent a machine for this shit because they keep saying don't stop, but we're stopping, innit? What time frame do you trigger your entries? 5 minutes? Yeah, man. I look for like smaller time frames, like 5 minutes. If I'm looking at a 15-minute chart, I drop it down to 10 minutes, 5 minutes. If I'm looking at a 5-minute chart, I look at like a 1 minute. I'm looking at a 1 minute chart, I drop it down to 15 seconds. As you guys have seen me actually trade on the 15 seconds. So yeah, that's it. And that's the play. Where am I wrong though? Right? We have to always think, where are you wrong? Because look, it's all fun and games when they say, yeah, we're bullish, and we're talking about, you know, about all these analogies and whatnot. But let's not forget, we are still trading and we have to be professional about it. Like, look, the market, right? And I said this to the guys, you got to treat the market with respect, or the market will put you in its place. Put the market in its place before it puts you in your place. That's all it is. Simple as that. Because if you don't have respect for the market, it's going to fuck you over, right? So where am I wrong? So if we come back down, find resistance, and come back below here, I'll have to start looking for to cut the trade. Why? Because this was just a deviate. Let's pick a different color. This, right? If it does that, This was just a deviation of the trend line. And that means not only are we back below Monday's high, right? And below the trend line, what's going to be the targeting price? For me, it's the mid-range. And then I had to switch buys. I had to cut the trade before I even, take a loss. My stop loss is over here, right? Over here, that's where my stop loss is. I had to cut the trade, and then just flip buys, play back down. And then if we lose this level, play it to the next level for mid-range. It's 25% of range, and then range low. That's what it is. I see price coming to this area here, though. Highlight this. See this high here? This is the area consolidation. We've come back as support once. We can come back here and hold support and go up higher. We don't know. We'll just work it out level to level. Okay? Oh, shit, TCX. I'm so sorry, bro. Shit. I'm so sorry. Tell your mom I'm really sorry. Just some dumbass on the internet just talking shit. And that's it. And that's Ethereum for you, mate. Welcome to DCC. Yeah, we do. We're a bunch of nut jobs at the DCC. We have a bit of fun. We'll make our money. We teach these guys how to actually play. And, I mean, how are you guys finding it? You guys enjoying the DCC? The moment he goes back on Discord. Ooh, me? What did I do, pirate? Shit. I'm in trouble, aren't I? It's like mom in it. Any questions, guys? You know what? I'm actually gonna that clip about the freaking making you go bust and shit like that. I'm gonna snip that out and post it on thingy on Twitter. This is a great analogy, actually. Appreciate that, guys, man. Yeah, true. If you're not happy, I'm happy to find a country club. You refunding them? Sick guy. I said I had to lower my volume. Oh, okay, my man. So that's that. Thanks for putting in so much time. I appreciate that, man. You right, bro? Leafy asking the same question. I think you copied and pasted it there. Thoughts on HNT? I don't know, man. I mean, he's asked second time. Let's just do it. HNT. I'm going to do it as USDT, okay? Let's quickly just have a look. I'm going to have a quick look at it as well. You entered where? $4.99. I mean, you're in profit right now, which is all good anyway. But look at this, fam. Yeah, that's quite nasty there. It's a very nasty looking chart there. So, okay. So, we're taking out last month's low. We're looking to close above. So, really and truly, what you want to look for is to reclaim on Monday's low. I think it's last month's low. Once we reclaim that, that's happy days there. So, let's just quickly just do that. Okay. I see where the range is here. That's what we've done. So we'll find a resistance at 25% of range. That's last month's low. I'll make this a bit of a lighter color so I don't confuse the two. That's it. So, so what we've done, as you can see, Leafy, really and truly is like this. Okay, same like Ethereum. This is the consolidation. Broke up, found support. Right, support over here. Broke out, found support here. Closing within the range. Finds resistance. Comes back down to range low. From range low, you're completely wrong. If I want to do a swing trade here, right? For example, where you completely wrong. This month's low, September's low. Because if price comes down here, finds resistance, we're going to take out this low here. And then we'll see what happens. Probably come to this area here, this support there. So that's that there. Looking at the weekly, finding resistance again. It's same thing as Ethereum. If Ethereum can push up, then you're good to go. Again, last month's low. Is finding resistance quite clearly. Nothing more to say. We haven't taken out liquidity on either side of the market. The range bound environment is really here. Is this high to this low? That's where the range is at the moment. But we found support, so we should theoretically push high anyway. We just need to reclaim that last month's low. That's what it is. The daily, what's happening? Let's look at Monday's low, which is the 26th. So you can see this is the Monday's range. Right, you can see that broke out of it. Finding resistance here. We can, if we start losing, if we start finding resistance, we can come back down to Monday's low over here. That's the honest truth there, to be honest. So that's what it is. I mean, where's your stop loss, dude? Over to the test of $6. I'll be looking at $5.80. That's what I'll be looking at. That's the area of resistance there. So that's what we're looking for. On the 4 hours, things are getting clearer. So if we find resistance, right, this is where price can come back into this area here. I don't know, up this area here. Right, so price can still come back down if we find, I mean, taking out these highs over there, which is all fine. Holding a support there, so we can come back down, hold a support there. We want to reclaim that. That's the mid range of this range over here, and then we can come back to this area. Once we reclaim this, that'll be a next set of targets into $5.80, approximately. I'll tell you what, 582-ish, 583. Watch how it reacts. Maybe we take out this highs over there, which is all good. We can squeeze into this. Right, just watch it very carefully, right? Squeeze into there, and then we can find a breakdown back further. So that's that. But what happens if we actually don't reclaim the mid-range over here? If we start breaking down, to me, it's going to be back into this area. That's the area of support there, because this is consolidation, breakout, retest, look for the expansion move, going back up higher. So just keep an eye on this range over here on the 4 hours, and just monitor it and whatnot. Okay, so thank you so much, man. Thank you guys, appreciate that. Valley's asking, look at XRP. Let's look at XRP, and I'll probably call it a day, because I'm gonna do a video on XRP. Fuck that, I'm gonna do a video on XRP. I'm gonna do a video on XRP, and I'll do that in a bit more in depth as well. We're gonna talk about this in a bit more in depth. So just hang in there for a little bit longer, probably about an hour or so. I'll get another video. What time is it now? 11:30. All right, jump on about in 2 hours. So I can do this video in a bit, and I'll post it on YouTube and post the link on Twitter as well. So I'll do a whole explanation on XRP. So but just quickly looking, I mean, just to touch base on this, right? This is the range band environment. Right here, see that? This is all the range band environment right here. Price is capped here, deviation, we've got up, deviation to the upside, resistance at the mid-range. Obviously you can see support over here, comes as resistance. So looking bearish, right? It does looking bearish off this weekly chart. I mean, we'll see what happens. It is coming down to a down candle actually as well. I mean, I can, unless it's all priced in. I mean, if once we reclaim and hold above this area, take out these highs there, then we can say we can long this back up to 65 cents, 65 to 80 cents there, and then we're looking from there. If not, we could actually come back into this range over here and play within this range here. I don't know, but I'll do a video on that on XRP, just because of the whole security thing that's happened and whatnot. What's happened? Daink, the key to hitting holes is to vary your depth. It gets boring for her if you're only hitting the same spot. It's different angles, you know. It's different angles. I'm telling you, you gotta. Sometimes it's like you know, if is any of you guys construction workers? Because construction workers, right? If you're knocking down the wall, right? If you knock directly vertical, right, in front of you, right, it doesn't have much impact. But if you have different angles, right, from different sections as well, like at 45 degrees and another 45 degrees, that weakens the wall, and it's the same thing. That's the same thing. But yeah, but that's what he means. Gandalf is actually talking about depth. Fucking hell, dude. It's a fucked up situation here. Anyway, but yeah, so we're looking at XRP, PYR. Teach me shit. You're in headphones because his fucking mom's listening. What a geezer. Oh my god. Fucking hell. So yeah. Fucking hell, PYR is looking quite nasty though, isn't it? But yeah, PYR is alright actually. Range band environment. Fuck. From this range you can see in orange. Price is still capped over here. Resistance. We're finding support off this black line. What is that black line? Let's have a look at it. Delete that. Got the daily. Can you see? Right here. That's the SR. Support over here. Support. Come back down to deviation. Found resistance. Gets back up. Hold the support. And we're finding support. So that's a key factor there, right? This whole level there was a key factor. Now, as you can see, I've highlighted a few things. Number one, there's a trend line there. Yesterday we finally smashed above it completely. Well, today we actually cleanly smashed above it as well. I mean, the question does come down to, we're taking out liquidity over here, which is all good. I do see us coming back down now, at least to retest this area. That makes sense. That does make sense actually. 4 hours. See how the 4 hours close. That's the SR. If we can reclaim this level and hold above it, happy days. Let's go. That's your confirmation going back up to the mid range. Mid range comes into approximately 393. If not, what could happen is, so look, is that we come back down. We've got this gap over here to fill out, right? Tends to fill out. We could come back down, break down, retest this. Well, at least retest off this area here, and then maybe retest off this trend line there, and then reclaim the trend line itself and this high over there. Go back into this area of the high on the 4 hours, and then from there, bullish market structure, carry on going to this 493. Then 493, you'll see what happens. So we squeeze back up and at least come into this area. See this? Let me draw this out. Oh. There, in this area here. And that's what we're looking for to see how price reacts. Do we come back up, hold above it, reclaim this area, then we can long it back up to take out these highs and then to 75% range, or does it do something like this? Come back up, break down, finds resistance, bearish market structure. This is your confirmation to play back down to this area here. And then we come back down to 25% range if it comes in. That's really it. That's it. That's pretty much the gist of it. So, I mean, in terms of bullishness, right? In terms of bullishness, respecting the range band environment, which we talk about, what we got here, we got, let's just do that like that. What we got here, it's really simple. We've got a range band environment. We've got the low, with the high, and then from the high, the deviation back down to range low. Find support off this here, so it's fine. It doesn't have to come down here, because that's bullish. You know why? Because that's the lower low. Oops. That was the original lower low. Then we start breaking market structure. Once we take out this high here, broke market structure, that's the higher high, higher low, higher high. Then we shift market structure here. Market structure became this is the lower low, lower high, lower low. So this is why I'm looking at this area here. Is does this make the lower the what you call it, the lower high, and then break down, and then do we do something like this? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Or does it do something like this? We actually break market structure on the upside, keep going up higher, and then we can go back up to range band, from low to high, high to low. That's all it is. So it is a long. I mean, like, well, I wouldn't take a long now, all right? I mean, this has been on Twitter for quite some time. Like, those who actually got in around like $3 area, right? This is $3, $23, $30 area. Happy days, isn't it? You're in a good area. I mean, I look at this. This is all holding a support right there. So on this, we could do this something like this. Back down, retest, and off we go. And then we do this. And then what it is on the lower time frame, that's the lower low, and that's the lower high. Then that becomes the higher low, and that becomes the higher high. Oops. Yeah, that's the higher high. So market structure is starting to shift on the upside now. So as long this low holds, that's where you're wrong, right? On a 4 hour time frame. But really and truly, if I were to take a long, right? I mean, it's a bit late to take longs now, innit? Because I can't take a long here, right? For example, let's see. Long position. I can't take a long here with a stop loss over here. I can't do that. That's fucking stupid, man. For a 1 hour move, fuck that. That's not. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But that's your swing trade if you want to go that, right? But if I were to actually narrow it down to 4 hours, right? How would I play this? Let's have a look. My stop loss would be here, to be honest. My stop loss would be here. That's where my stop loss is, because if we were to be bullish, we hold above it, right? Even at the mid range, 25% range, we should be holding this level and going up higher. If we start losing this level, finding resistance, then that's not fucking good, because then we're going to come into this area, probably take out this wick over there. So you can keep a wider stop, an invalidation level right over here, the bottom of the range low, right here. But yeah, I wouldn't take a long now. Fuck that. It's a month end, man. Just chill out in it. Cool. Nosy stuff. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. All right. Shit you do when you got family over. They think it's fun to open the door and just do put silly faces and stuff like that. It's like my family's a bunch of kids. Speaking about family, what time is it? 11:36. Ada. Quickly do Ada, and then I'm gonna head off. Well, ADA, right? This is the range band environment on the weekly, right? So price capped on this area here. This is where price is. We've got a deviation on the upside, came back down, back to range low, deviation, 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 come back up, deviation. So you can see price, as soon as it holds this low, right? This low was did a stop run. Oops. The stop run comes back up, reclaims this level there. That will be a trigger there. Hard stop over here, playing it back to range high. From this, once we come back down, lose this level over here. That's your resistance there to play down. Hard stop there, playing down to range low. So now we'll back up. We'll go to mid range, broke down from mid range, lost this low there, came back over here, back to range low. So now this is a key SR level, right? So we know this is a key SR level right there that we got highlighted right here. Okay, so once we step back into this area, which are 44 cents, 44.5 cents, British market structure, right? Then I can say, yeah, enter here, stop loss there, playing it back to 25% range, which is at 47 cents. Going to this area of this consolidation right there, which it comes down to around 49.5 cents, I think. 49.5. Yeah, 49.5 itself, or ish kind of thing, and then squeeze into just over the 50 cents area. And that's level to level play. That's what we're looking for. Where would I be wrong? Well, if we start going down, oops, delete this. If we start breaking down our resistance, then we take out this liquidity over here, the pools over here, and then from there we see what happens. Do we actually swing failure and reclaim, and then that's it? That's my new invalidation to play up higher, or do we lose this level there, take out liquidity right over here, and that's we'll see at 40 cents. Well, we don't know. We don't know. We'll see how it goes. So I'm looking at trying to be as bullish as possible on Ethereum. Ethereum needs to go. If Ethereum goes, then happy days, we're good to go. Then you got bullish plays there. But fucking, we're not making this go come at all, man. Bastard. But we'll see what happens though. Alright guys, I'm gonna head off though. It is 11:40. I'm gonna do the XRP video in just a moment, in the next probably 15-20 minutes. I'll post it on YouTube, post it on Twitter as well. And then from there we'll I'll see you guys at DCC as well. So those who are actually in the DCC, I'll see you guys in a bit, okay? And then yeah, so we'll go from there. All right, cool. So catch you guys soon. Take care of yourself. Have a lovely weekend. Stay safe as well. Happy Friday. Jummah Mubarak. Wish you all the best of health and success. And we'll go from there going on Monday. All right, take care, guys.